Hey everybody, Riley here, growing in the north again. Just wrapping up this 45-day lettuce experiment for the JCBritw 30w LED. Now I did have this on veg the whole stage. Veg consumes 18 watts, little over 18 watts, and it was on for 16 hours a day. So the results were actually pretty good, considering it was only consuming 18 watts. I actually grew 3 plants, and they actually did quite well for, the actual consumption. When you look at the results here, throughout the rest of the video here, I actually give you how I went through all the height, the weight, the width, and I always like to measure the roots, because the roots are usually an indication of how well the plant's doing. If a certain light encourages root growth versus vegetation growth, and some are better for flower growth as well. This one did okay for the roots. Could have been better, but actually for the vegetation it actually did quite well. For 18 watts, it's pretty impressive. I did do some other 45-day lettuce challenges on hydro 50-watt LED. The hydro consumed, I think it consumed 30 watts, and it actually did, this one actually did a tiny bit better than that one. And that one was actually consuming almost a third more power. So as far as the small grow light goes, pretty impressive. You guys have to take a look and see what you think of the results. If you guys like the video, subscribe, give it a thumbs up. If you have questions or comments, put them on the bottom there. So this is that JCBritw light. And this is how big those are. This is basically where the experiment starts. So we'll let these grow, see how they do. And probably another week I'm going to transfer them into these big tubs. And that way we can leave it untouched. We'll see how she does. These are day 26. 2 on the inside are always doing much better. Still a bit of leaf curl though, but they still look pretty good, pretty healthy. This is day 30. This is basically the time where these plants are going to start doubling in size every 5 days. As long as this light has the power for it. Alright, we'll check in another 5 or 10. I'm just going to show you guys how I like to use these homemade root extenders. That's what I call them anyways. So basically they've been in here for a couple weeks. You pull them out. See them roots? Those are beautiful. So the water level in this tub is just below the net cup, so it actually still submerges quite a few of them roots. There, he's going to be happy in his new home for a bit. Probably another 2 weeks, these lettuce will be double or triple this size. Roots look about the same. Beautiful. Right, this is kind of the ugly duckling of the bunch. You can tell by the roots, hey, same. Shows. You want to see how big a plant is, just look at the roots. Okay, alright, so this is all in mild veg. We'll check on back here in a couple, 2-3 weeks.
think this is day 40 right now, so probably check back and do the weigh in about 10 more days. Alright, I'm going to take these guys out, weigh them, measure them, get all the stats wrote down, and we'll see what we come up with. Alright, so this is A. This was just the little corner guy. So height, 6. Width is 8. The main majority of the roots is, I'll say a little better than 4. Let's go 5 for roots. And you can see that 78 grams. Now remember, that is with the net cup and the roots. I was just looking here. An empty net cup weighs 60 grams, so there's 18 grams worth of actual lettuce on there. All right, so that's A. Let's get to B. All right, 102. Roots are a good 5. Mm, 8.5 wide. Only 5.5 tall. That's actually less. Now this one was directly underneath the light, basically, so he should have got the most direct light. All right, C. 94. Going 5. Height. And 5 again. This one's a little wider, got about 9 wide. All right, so I don't know if you can see that or not, but basically JCBritw, this is the 45-day test. You check out the other videos to see the other
similar test with different lights. This shows the placement of the plants. Dotted line is the actual outline of the light. That C is roughly center of the light. So ABC, ABC as they lay out. Like I said, about 60 grams is the weight of the roots and the net cup. So you'd be 18, 42, and 34 grams for weight. So I'm gonna put all this up at the end of the video just so that you can pause it and take a look and compare it with other videos if you like. I don't know, it's not bad for a 30 watt light. I think this one only draws 16 watts while it's operating, compared to the Hydro 50. Actually, this one, I'll maybe put that one up as well on the at the end. The Hydro 50, this one actually outperforms it, and this one actually draws less. So it's definitely an interesting thing to see. The Hydro 50 had substantially bigger roots. Widths were, yeah, actually the widths in the Hydro were more generally, and the heights were more generally, but this one just produced the good weight, which is interesting to see. So every light has a purpose. All right, so what do you guys think of that? Pretty impressive for an 18 watt light. Yeah. Just want to actually add there, I actually continued the experiment kind of a couple more days, because really the 45-day challenge, I started 4 days after propagation, and then transplanted to the root extender cups, and then they ended up staying there for a couple days. And before I got them to the tubs, actually I think they stayed in the root extenders for, I don't know, 26 days or something. It was quite a while. But anyway, so I left them in the tubs and just basically left them under the same light setting for another, oh boy, I think it's been another 30 days. And I've actually done 2 separate cuttings off of these plants. The first one was about 120 grams, basically just picking the leaves off. And then the second one was another 100 grams. So if you actually take that into consideration, the plants are still growing, they're still doing good, they still look good, haven't changed the nutrient water, everything's been going really good with them. Why bother touching them? So as far as cost goes, it's been pretty cost effective for a couple 100 grams of lettuce. And one actually thing I've noticed that's been quite a, I don't know, kind of a, not really a bummer, but something that if you're new to hydroponics, trying to get used to how everything works and what you need to do. I'm growing in the outside air in my basement right now, which I also have a dehumidifier in the corner there. So my humidity setting is about 42 to 44%, which is actually pretty low for plants. And one thing I realized, if the 100 gram lettuce, when you cut it and put it in I just put it in a Tupperware container with a 1/4 inch of water on the bottom, put it back in the fridge and let it sit there for a day or two. It'll actually almost double in weight when you take it out and actually use it. Just the extra humidity in the Tupperware container, it goes to 100% humidity in there. And I actually did have a question on this about a little bit of a bitter taste with hydroponic lettuce. That's one really good way to get rid of that bitter taste. Put it in a tub, put a little bit of water in the bottom, let it sit overnight or for a day, and you'll really see your lettuce plump up. Plus, on top of that, you get rid of that bitterness. I think the bitterness is just a little bit of stress on the plant, and because the low humidity, it actually, your nutrients in the plant is so dense, it makes it a little bit bitter, versus once you get more water in there, the way the plant's supposed to be, very water rich, you kind of space out the nutrients a little bit easier on the taste buds. Yeah, other than that, if you got any questions, put them at the bottom, I'll see what I can do. Thanks guys. Just wanted to add, I'm going to put a picture of the test results. This is it here, hopefully you can see that. I'm going to put a screenshot of it up at the end here so you can actually sit there and look at them, see exactly what I did. I also did a drawing at the top, and I do this with all of my 45-day challenges. Basically there's a dotted rectangle, and that's the actual light fixture and the positioning of it. And then there's just the ABC, shows the positioning of the 3 plants, and then roughly over top of which center is over top of the light. The reason I do the plants usually perpendicular to the lights basically gives you a good idea as far as how the light fades in and out. If you did it following the light, well, technically all 3 plants should be getting the same amount of light, so there's really no test there. But with 90-degree optics, basically this light goes straight down. I wanted to see how it spread out both sides. One side did just as well as the center one did, and the far side, the only reason I think it did a little bit less is because it was actually further away from the reflectors along the edge. So if you had a proper sized reflecting box, I don't see why you wouldn't have just as good a plant in the center as you would on the far left. As far as the full pattern on this light goes, I probably could have grown a lot more lettuce than what I did. I did 1 tote with 3 plants, and with the spacing that I did and the area that I did with the light coverage, I probably could have got 6 plants in there very, very easily. And if you're doing 6 plants, you're gonna have double the lettuce, obviously. So if you're looking at growing lettuce or something small like that, this is a really good light for the job, especially for 18 watts. That's just incredible. It's gonna, I don't know, it cost me a couple dollars a month to run this, and I bet you I'd be able to grow, I don't know, probably $3 or $4 a plant. Go around and trim them every month. You know, you're gonna get, I don't know, probably $15 worth of lettuce every month. Granted, you're gonna be taking care of them and changing the nutrient water and stuff, so I don't know. It's up to you guys, I guess, but